When we think about modern medicine, we picture big machines, dedicated doctors, life-saving drugs. But what about the invisible tech that powers it all? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and find the tiny, powerful brains that are, quite literally, saving lives every single second. Okay, just take a look at these two devices. On one hand, you've got this incredibly complex hospital ventilator that's controlling every single breath a person takes. And on the other, a simple little pulse oximeter you clip on your finger. These seem like they're from totally different worlds, right? But believe it or not, they share a very important secret. So that's the big question, isn't it? What is this hidden hero? What's the common thread that connects these two and so many other life-saving devices? Well, let's dive in and find out. That hero is a tiny little computer chip called a microcontroller. You can think of it as the dedicated, invisible brain that's embedded deep inside the machine. It's just working away 24/7, making sure everything runs exactly the way it should, whether that's delivering a precise dose of medicine or just monitoring a heartbeat. Okay, so we've met our hero, the microcontroller. But to really get what it does, we have to understand the world it lives in. What's the actual system that's running the show inside all these medical gadgets? That world is what we call an embedded system. And yeah, here's the official definition for you. It's a specialized computer built for one specific job. This is not like your laptop or phone that can do a million things. An embedded system is a specialist born to do one thing and do it perfectly. And what's so cool about this diagram is how simple the idea really is. You've got inputs, right? That could be a sensor reading your heart rate. Then you've got outputs, like the screen that shows you that heart rate. And sitting right in the middle, playing the conductor for this whole orchestra, is the brain, the microcontroller unit, or MCU. The whole thing is this neat, self-contained little system. But here's the thing. Being the brain for a medical device, well, that's not just any job. It is quite literally a life-or-death responsibility. The demands that we put on these tiny systems are just absolutely immense. You can really boil all those demands down into four massive challenges. First, they have to handle everything in real time. Second, they have to be almost unbelievably safe and reliable. Third, they need to pass all sorts of strict regulatory hoops. And finally, they've got to be super, super power efficient. Let's break those down real quick. First up, real time. We're not talking about your phone loading a web page quickly. We're talking about responding in milliseconds. If a patient's vitals suddenly drop, the system has to react now. There is absolutely zero room for lag. None. Next up is reliability. And in this field, the tolerance for failure is zero. A bug in the software isn't just an annoying glitch you can restart, it could be catastrophic. These devices simply are not allowed to fail. Period. And of course, you've got the regulations, the red tape. Every single tiny component, every single line of code has to meet these incredibly strict standards from groups like the FDA. This is all to make sure the device isn't just doing its job, but that it's fundamentally safe to use on a human being. And finally, we have power. Think about a pacemaker or a wearable glucose monitor. For these things, a long battery life isn't just a nice feature, it's the whole ballgame. The device has to sit power, running for months, sometimes even years, on a battery that's smaller than a coin. So, with all those intense challenges in mind, we get to the real aha moment. How do engineers pick the right brain for the job? Well, it all comes down to this really critical choice. Are you going to use a microcontroller, or are you going to use a microprocessor? They sound almost the same, but they are worlds apart. And this illustrates it perfectly. Look at the devices on the left. Pacemakers, insulin pumps. Their job is all about precise, second-by-second control. Now look at the right, CT scanners, MRI machines. Their job is to chew through enormous amounts of data to create these incredibly detailed images. Two very different jobs, and they need two very different kinds of brains. And this is just a brilliant way to see the difference. A microcontroller, the MCU, is like a Swiss Army knife. It's a whole computer on a chip. The processor, the memory, all the tools it needs to interact with the world, it's all baked right in. A microprocessor, the MPU, is more like a high-performance engine from a Formula One car. It's an unbelievably powerful brain, for sure, but it needs a whole team of external parts, memory, storage, you name it, just to get out of the garage. This table really just sums it all up, doesn't it? The MCU has everything it needs right on the chip, which makes it perfect for real-time control and sipping power, just what a pacemaker needs. The MPU, on the other hand, needs all those external parts to achieve its crazy high performance, making it the perfect choice for heavy-duty data crunching, like in an MRI machine. So, for all those devices that need that all-in-one, super reliable, low-power control, engineers very often turn to one family of MCUs that has become a true champion in the medical world, and that is the STM32. Let's take a look at why. So why is this little chip so popular? Well, it basically just checks all the boxes we talked about earlier. It's got powerful processors for that real-time performance. It has a ton of built-in components for safety and reliability. It barely uses any power, which is great for wearables. And it's got a proven track record that makes getting that strict medical certification so much easier. And what's even better, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. There's a whole family of them. You've got the ultra-low power ones that are perfect for wearables. You've got the mainstream series, which are the workhorses for things like patient monitors. And you've even got the high-performance series for more demanding jobs. There's basically an STM32 for almost any medical job you can think of. So the next time you see a piece of medical tech, whether it's something super complex, like a patient monitor, or something deeply personal, like a pacemaker, just remember the hidden hero that's working away inside. It's a tiny, efficient, and unbelievably reliable microcontroller that's making the whole thing possible. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? As this technology gets even smaller, even more efficient, even more powerful, what are the next miracles these tiny heroes are going to perform? What life-saving breakthroughs are waiting just around the corner, all powered by one of these incredible little chips?